It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
From horses
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale, Pennsylvania, inside the Galaxy Rink for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. They say March goes in like a lion. Tonight, it goes in like a Mustang, and like a fighting planet, and like an antelope, and like a tiger, among other things. TenbandTV, pleased to be on board for coverage of the 2026 PIHL Class 1A Penguins Cup quarterfinals, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. Tonight, in our nightcap from the North Hills, the host Mars Planets, the #1 seed in PIHL Class A, and proud owners of a Gold Division regular season title, take on their divisional rivals, the #5 seed on their side of the 1A bracket, the Plum Mustangs. Plum, when they last hoisted the Penguins Cup in 2017, went 9 years after that without a playoff victory. That changed last week at the Ice Castle when they blanked Blackhawk for their first round victory and the right to come here to face the Planets for a third time. The team split the regular season series, and Plum has won 5 straight and 14 of their last 15 overall, and they've proven on their best day they can play with the best teams in the classification. And the hot hands right now for the Mustangs have been the Bardos brothers. Colby, the junior forward, #8, warming up in the mix off to our right. 14 goals, 29 points during the regular season. Last week, a pair of goals, including the game winner, and set up the empty net goal by brother Tyler Bardos, #73 in white, that put the game on ice for the Mustangs. Colby with 12 points in his last 4 games overall. Tyler, the younger brother, a sophomore, riding a 7-game goal streak into this quarterfinal contest. Tyler with 15 tallies and 26 points on his regular season. The Mustangs, coached for a 3rd straight year by class of 09 John Gratton. The Mars Planets, coached for a 3rd straight year by Cody Black. His father, Jim, briefly a PIHL commissioner and former state champion coach, the general manager of this venue to date. And Cody trying to become part of the first father-son team in PIHL history to each win Penguins Cup championships as head coaches. Cody and the Planets came very close last season, running into the buzzsaw that was the Avonworth Antelopes. The Planets beginning their playoff run this season on home ice after narrowly defeating Chartiers Valley for the Gold Division title. Xavier Basola, the senior forward, is an all-star this year for the Planets, #50 in white, warming up in the mix off to our left. 18 goals, 27 points on his season. His goal against CV in last year's semifinal round sent the Planets to the Lemieux Complex for the 2025 Penguins Cup final. Basola earned a hat trick in the last regular season contest between these clubs, which the Mustangs won with a very late 3rd period rally, ultimately prevailing in a shootout. The goaltending matchup for Mars, Carter Gallagher, the senior, has been the man for the Planets. 12 regular season victories, top 5 in goals against, top 6 in save percentage. And he's had the hot hand since the last time these teams met in regular season play. The Mustangs shaking those bright purple and gold pom-poms for their starting goaltender in all likelihood, which will be the sophomore Brody Gribbin, who was not a PIHL All-Star, but arguably could have been. 10 regular season wins. And he has played some fine hockey in the postseason, earning a 15-save shutout in the opening round against Blackhawk. Gribbin with 30 saves in that last meeting on December 11th in New Kensington, stopping all three Mars shooters in the shootout after Plum erased a 4-2 deficit. The Planets, the last time they played the Mustangs in this barn, prevailed by a 4-1 margin, with Gallagher in goal, finishing with a 12-save victory. Mars in their familiar home whites, Plum waxing nostalgic, dressing once again like the Jerry Buss-era Los Angeles Kings as the Planets move the puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Gribbin kicks aside the puck to the corner. Mars going to work in front. Basola forcing it in behind the goal as Matt Lestigian collides with one of the Mustangs behind the cage. It's loose in front and sent to the point beyond the reach of Jack Maloney. It will be icing on Plum just half a minute in. Gribbin, a .320 goals against average, an .881 save percentage in the regular season. Alternate captain and all-star Grant Weaver on to take that faceoff, which is controlled defensively by Plum. Alex Ladon trying to clear the zone, but Gribbin is called into action once again. Liam McMahon to the corner. McMahon with a point in last week's playoff win over Blackhawk. Jack Tersch, playoff hockey, a sight for sore eyes in his case, as he was injured during last year's playoff run after carrying a long point streak of 13 games to be exact prior to that injury. Pitkins chasing down this loose puck. Gribbin in the nick of time with the goalie stick. Weaver knocked to the ice in the corner by Tyler Bardos. Tyler from the half wall trying to play it beyond Will Daw. Daw, the tall defenseman out here on the back end for Cody Black early in the game. Not known as an offensive defenseman, but did set up the goal by Lestigian that clinched the division title for the Planets late in the regular season as Mars is called for icing. Connor Riley out here wins this faceoff to Andy Varengia, one of 4 Mustangs to wear the A this season for John Grattan. Basola from the boards, beyond the reach of Ethan Vactor. Vactor had a breakout season as a junior, 11 points in 12 games as a senior, as Varengia plays this to the corner for Plum captain Max Keller. Keller wearing the C for the Mustangs and for his amateur team, the S-Mark Stars. Riley had that one deflect off the stick of Scott Pushik in front. Pushik has the rebound and sends it to the boards near the Mars bench. Planets changing on the fly as Lestigian dumps the puck. Matthew's older brother Jake in action this past weekend for West Virginia's D3 club team. From center, Colby Bardos, also wearing that alternate captain's letter A for the Mustangs, gets it deep for the visitors. Shea Clark, who had his first varsity goal in last year's semifinal round, plays it to center for the Planets. In pursuit, Cooper Stevens. Stevens shielded from the puck by Joey Massarelli. Massarelli had the critical tying goal in that last meeting that went to a shootout. Clark off a body at center. Will Amon, one of 3 brothers with that surname on the varsity roster. He and the Mustangs sent it deep into Mars territory. Early in a scoreless first period, Cooper Stevens to center, where it's sent promptly back into the Planet's End by Alex Ladon. Ladon from center with his teammates changing behind the play to Will Amon. Alex Amon giving chase. Jack Weaver, the Mars captain, gets to it first. Weaver with 27 points, 11 goals on his season, over 60 points in each of his last 2 PIHL campaigns. Tyler Bardos knocked off that puck by brother Grant at center. Tersch to the opposite corner, intended for alternate captain Sean Crowley. Jack Weaver with it one more time, stretching it out for Pitkins. It deflects off his stick, and it's swept aside calmly by Gribben. A whistle in Plum territory, a hand pass called by the far linesman against the Planets. Scrates, Stragar, Pickering, and Ragno, the 4-man crew on duty, courtesy of USA Hockey. Officiating crews typically expanded from 2 to 4 in PIHL postseason play at the varsity level. It'll be a 2-referee, 2-linesperson system for tonight's quarterfinal contest as Weaver goes upstairs and beats Brody Gribben to the corner. Grant Weaver makes it a 1-0 game for the Planets, and he could slam a revolving door right now. Weaver, his 11th of the year and first of the playoffs to get the divisional champions on the board first. The first 4 shots on goal belong to the Planets, roughly 5 minutes into period 1, as does the game's first goal. Grant Weaver, the first to nuzzle the nylon in the postseason for the Planets. Basola gets tied up with Keller with his stick. Keller giving officials the old who me as both players recover and play goes on. Colby Bardos, we told you about his flying start to the playoffs. He's working down low for the Mustangs on the forecheck as Vactor plays it from his own boards. A.J. Leah trying to be an agent of chaos near side for the Mustangs. Leah, a point-per-game player career-wise. 5 goals in his last 5 PIHL contests. Will Amon stood up at center by Stevens. Those two push and shove a bit as it's played to center by Ladon. Massarelli with a dump in. Clark from behind his own net. Shea Clark through the middle, knocked down from behind. Play continues. Mars fans to our slight left wanting a call, none forthcoming with over 6 minutes gone by in the first. Alex Amon taken out of the play by Crowley of the Planets. Correction, that's Jack Maloney on defense for Mars as Clark plays it deep in his own zone. Clark finds a lane to ice the puck. And as we return from covering club hockey south of the Pennsylvania border, we are back to a reality in which coaches can change lines despite an icing call, and that is what Cody Black will do. Face-off one to Keller at the left point. Mustangs facing their first deficit of the 2026 playoffs. Grant Weaver, senior forward, with the game's first goal as we get another whistle. Officially, it is Weaver unassisted. Another icing call, meanwhile, on the Planets with under 10 to go in the opening period. And John Gratton will send a fresh unit out there for this offensive zone faceoff. It's one back to Anthony Smith. McMahon from behind the net. That pass broken up behind the cage by Garrett Myers. Myers collected his first varsity goal in last year's Penguins Cup playoffs. And stop us if you've heard this one before. It's icing on Mars. Listigian wins it from Leah. Vactor from the near boards, up the wing, and this time it will not be icing. Smith unable to buy the call. McMahon behind the net, chased by Basola. And now Plum will ice it. Bringing the face-off back inside Mustangs ice. The Planets, each of the last 2 years, carried a long winning streak into the playoffs. In each of the last 2 years, ultimately eliminated by a lower seed. Things a bit different this season. The Planets lost their penultimate regular season game, but won their last one. They've won 7 of 8 overall coming into these Penguins Cup playoffs. Grant Weaver to the corner. Daw unable to keep it inside the line. Weaver from center red. Plenty of traffic in the neutral zone as McMahon sends it inside the Mars line. Mustangs complete the change as it's brought towards center by Will Daw. His full name, William Daw V. There is also a Thomas Dowden V in the PIHL who plays varsity for Peters Township. A couple of big hockey families there. Midway through this first period, Grant Weaver's goal still the difference maker as Leah plays it for the Mustangs. Losing it at center to Listigian. Listigian with room to maneuver. Listigian toward goal. Saved by Gribben. Closing the 5-hole. Basola from distance. That shot off the body of Leah. Keller hit in the corner by Listigian. Basola going to the net. Plum has this loose puck, and Ladon from the boards will get it the rest of the way. Icing on the visitors. Meanwhile, on the island, for the second year in a row, the Avonworth Antelopes have ended the Moon Tigers season. The Lopes winning their quarterfinal matchup 9-4 at the Clearview Arena. Basola from the edge of the circle, intercepted by Bardos, Tyler Bardos that is, and ultimately iced by Alex Amon. The Lopes advancing to play either Butler, another of Mars's divisional rivals, or Divisional champion Cannon McMillan, champions of the Blue Division in Class A this season. Those teams will play at Prinscape Arena tomorrow night. Meanwhile, Mars has an early advantage with time ticking away here in the first period in Warrendale. Shake Clark from center. Pressured by Varengia. Stevens chasing up the near boards. Trey Harchick, the freshman, got there first for Plum. Harchick had that go through his skates. Clark's shot caught something and hit off the glass, somehow staying in play. Clark unable to get to that before Harchick could, and he clears the zone for the Mustangs. Tersch and Stevens on the back end for Mars as the Planets play it inside the Plum line. 6:15 to go in the first period. Bardos and the Mustangs still looking for their first official shot on goal as the Planets send this puck up to center red. Keller with a dump in. Jack and Grant Weaver out here again for Cody Black as it's collected by Crowley. Bounced off the boards up to Grant Weaver. Weaver over the attacking line toward goal. Held by Gribben. It's loose and sat on by the sophomore as one of the Planets, that's Jack Weaver, was knocked down just after the whistle. Mars the top three, among the top three defensive teams during the regular season in Class A, just 33 goals allowed, ranking third, in fact, in the 23-team circuit. As we said, they've won 7 of their last 8 games, a team goals against average of just 188 during that span. So they have been playing some stifling defense, and they're playing it at just the right time of the year. Pitkins from an angle, Gribben the save. Leah with the rebound for Plum. McMahon to the Mars line. Planets trying to regroup. They go D to D. Tersch gets rid of it to center for captain Jack Weaver. Weaver around Will Amon. Weaver from an angle. Couldn't beat Gribben short side. 8-0 the shots now in favor of the Planets, who have the game's only goal, courtesy of Grant Weaver. LeDon off the stick of McMahon, or was it? Officials say icing. Final 5 minutes of first period play. Vactor to the point for Daw. Vactor wins the puck battle around the boards for Alex Gatto. Gatto, the puck-moving defenseman on here, goes near side to Vactor, who ducks around that check attempted by Will Amon. Daw collecting the puck for Gatto. Basola sends it the rest of the way for the Planets. Alex Amon's stick broken in the middle of the play, and parts of that stick still askew inside the Plum zone as Mars has this puck below the goal line. Vactor out in front, side of the net. Lestigian couldn't elevate it. Lestigian from the off wing, unable to score on the second opportunity. Gatto behind the net for Vactor. Vactor in front. Score! Knock, knock. Who's there? The X-Man at the back door. From behind the net, the Planets double their lead with precise passing. Xavier Basola has scored for the 4th time against the Mustangs this year to make it a 2-0 lead for Mars. his first of the playoffs and team leading 19th of his senior season. Keller from his own end. Murphy dumping that puck into Mars territory. Clark on his backhand sends it to the corner for Maloney. Officially Daniel Maloney, but you may call him Jack as it comes out to center. Alex Frengel on his first shift of the game, chasing this puck in behind the Mustangs net. Clark unable to fire that directly on Gribben. It was interrupted by Popchock. Keller throwing his weight around at center. Ethan De Silva no worse for the wear. Maloney keeps it alive momentarily for Stevens. Mustangs exhaust the area. Popchock from the official's crease sends this puck deep. Plum making wholesale changes. It's now a 10-0 shot advantage for the Planets, and where it counts, a 2-goal bulge. Xavier Basola, the latest goal getter for the home team. And the Mustangs are offside. How do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now, you can watch on Watch. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv. And don't forget to download the new always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Cooler heads not prevailing that time, so we will have penalties with 2:23 left in the first. Colby Bardos, who had that big game against Blackhawk, sent off for the Mustangs. Maloney to the box for the Planets. John Gretton and his staff just now getting the explanation of both penalties. Mars coming into the playoffs, the least penalized team in Class A. And the silver lining is that they will not give up a power play opportunity to the Mustangs. Both teams still at 5 aside as the Mustangs win the faceoff. Tersch knocked down from behind by Ladon. Tersch stays with this puck and pushes it to Jack Weaver. Outletted to Grant Weaver. Weaver up the right side. Gets around Ladon for Pitkins. Pitkins trying to toe drag it. Lost the puck in the process. Jack for Grant. Grant shooting. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Grant Weaver goes bar down on Gribben to make it a 3-0 game with under 2 minutes left in the first period. And you could hear that one from the World Rink. A wicked wrist shot by Grant Weaver, almost from the same spot as his first of the night. And one of the two senior Weavers is on hat-trick watch already, with a long way to go in this one. Mars 3, Plum nothing in Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinal play. Keller, the Mustangs captain. Taken off the puck by Lestigian. Tyler Bardos hit along the boards by Lestigian. It's loose in front. And Lestigian hustles to clear the area. Massarelli retrieving this puck deep. Off the stick of Lestigian. Basola crashing the party. Daw pinching. Planets keep it alive. That shot hit something on its way toward goal off the stick of Mike DeMarco. Daw to center. With it is Joey Santa. Santa off the mask of Gribben, and a long rebound. Comes all the way to the Plum blue line. Alex Amon to the corner. Leah from the extreme left, but Gallagher is there. Carter Gallagher, 12-2-1 in regular season action. 192 goals against, 909 save percentage to go with his 2 shutouts. Since the last regular season meeting with the Mustangs, a 926 save percentage. The Planets have gotten some big games from their new senior starter. Chance now for Plum. Leah off the mask of Gallagher, and the rebound is cleared by Grant Weaver. Well, Weaver's doing it all in this first period with 12 seconds remaining in it. One last chance maybe for the Planets. Santa interrupted enough by LaDawn to recover this puck for Plum. And perhaps mercifully for the Mustangs, period 1 does expire. A pair of goals by Grant Weaver, one by Xavier Basola. 3-0 Planets in Penguins Cup quarterfinal action. Matt Popchock here from Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
For real 100% natural pain relief, hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Polar Bear are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Polar Bear, a match made in
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, check out the late night happy hour, Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 1, all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinal coverage continuing as Brody Gribben is quickly called into action for the first time in period 2. Live coverage presented by our friends at Craft House Stage and Grill on a busy night in the Class A Penguins Cup tournament. Defending Penguins Cup champion Avonworth advancing earlier tonight with their win over Moon. The Lopes will stay on the island for another week as Carter Gallagher makes a nifty glove save at the opposite end. The Mustangs were shut out in period 1. They were not shut out on the shot clock, however. They managed 2 before the period expired. Now up to 3. Mars has 12, The 3 that have gotten by Gribben, 2 from Grant Weaver, 1 from Xavier Basola, who is out here now for the Planets. Basola playing it up the left wing boards to Ethan Vactor. Alex Amon from center. Stripped of the puck by Vactor. Near side, Basola. Basola over the line, off the stick of Ladon. Vactor trying to sneak it through the three-man triangle there to Lestigian, but the Mustangs were wise to it, and they send this puck to the corner where Crowley has to retrieve it in haste. Vactor to center for Basola. Basola gets separation. Basola to the goal, and a big save by Gribben. Well, let's see if the sophomore recovers some of the mojo lost in period one. Remember that save early in period two. Tersch from the circle. That save made by Gribben. Tersch has his own rebound. De Silva from the corner. Basola couldn't deflect it home. And Will Amon will ice this puck for Plum. The other Class A quarterfinal game taking place later in the week, by the way. Quaker Valley hosting Chartiers Valley here at the Baierl Complex. This approaching Thursday at 9. TenbandTV will have that for you as well. In a previous life, when the PIHL reseeded Class A teams after round one, the Planets and Colts may have met in the quarterfinals for a third time, but under the present playoff structure, they get the Mustangs who drive the net, and I'll take that, thank you very much, says Gallagher. He was Adam Gal's backup last season. He has grabbed and seized the job with both hands to close out the 25-26 regular campaign. And his team has a 3-0 lead here early in the second period of this playoff opener for Mars. Riley from the off wing, kicked aside calmly by Gallagher. Popchock will have to go fetch for the Mustangs. Grant Weaver chasing him down. This puck stays inside the zone for Frengel. Off the glass, it eludes Popchock. Varengia looking for it in front of the home bench. Jack Weaver has it for the Planets. Weaver knocked off the puck by Popchock, and Popchock will ice this puck for the Mustangs. Earlier tonight, in Class 3A, Seneca Valley got its title defense off to a successful start. Thomas Jefferson won a tight one at Ice Castle against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 8:30 to see the Raiders' next-door neighbors face each other. Meanwhile, Gallagher denies A.J. Leah on the partial breakaway. Plum with an impressive start to the second period, but just can't buy that first goal. Leah with 15 goals on his regular season, and the Mustangs starting to get their transition game going a bit here in the second. Basola from his own line slides it up to Santa. Correction, Maloney playing it inside the zone. Clark from his own stripe, back to Basola. Basola surveying the play for a moment, reconnecting with Maloney. That outlet pass broken up by Colby Bardos. Mustangs back on the attack. LaDawn off a skate. It's loose in front. Leah couldn't shoot it cleanly. Listigian clears it but not out. Bardos rubbed out of the play by Maloney. Listigian stabs it to center. Basola getting involved with LaDawn. Listigian fighting off AJ Leah. It's fed to Basola. Basola with a hard wrist shot, off the upper body of Gribben, and a penalty coming up against Plum. Colby Bardos, much to his own chagrin, sent off with 12:18 till the ice cut. Mars to their first penny power play of the game. 26.7% during the regular season, 8th in Class A. Plum, 73.8% on the penalty kill. 13th in the 23-team circuit. Plum 2 for 2 on the kill against Blackhawk in last week's playoff triumph. The Mustangs get a clear to begin this one. The Planets re-entering the zone and trying to add to a 3-goal lead. Anthony Smith doing the yeoman's work. Tersch to the wrong side of Basola. Mustangs pressing shorthanded. Tyler Bardos from the circle. Gallagher making that save, and that almost deflected in behind the Mars netminder. Keller was that close to batting it in out of midair. Grant Weaver for Jack Weaver. Jack Weaver from the circle. He shoots off the mask. It's loose in front. Basola turning around and against the grain just played it blindly above the crease. And the Mustangs dodge a special teams bullet. Midway through the penny power play, here comes Jack Weaver again. Weaver knocked off balance by the opposing captain, Keller. Leah giving chase on the penalty kill as Gallagher fakes him out and goes up to Jack Weaver. Grant Weaver with it now. Ahead for Stevens. Cooper Stevens to the goal, backhanding it wide. Good trail check there by LaDawn to change the direction of that shot by Stevens. Under half a minute left in the man advantage. Tersch pinching to the corner for Mars. Trading places with Grant Weaver. Tersch from center point. On 1 foot, it's loose in front and cleared by the Mustangs. Smith has just about killed it off. McMahon not quite going to get there on time, thanks to Shea Clark, who brings it through center. And the Mustangs are back to full strength. Will Amon around his own boards with 10 to go in the period. Stevens backpedaling up for Clark. LaDawn sends it behind the Planets' goal, and it's played conservatively by Gallagher. Tyler Bardos wins it for Keller. Keller's shot blocked by Jack Weaver. Jack able to clear the zone, can't connect with Grant. Mustangs send it behind the Mars goal. Keller at the edge of the center circle, up for Tyler Bardos. Bardos couldn't get around Clark, but Keller recovers and forces the save from Gallagher. Shea Clark, pressured by Amon. Alex Amon, that is. Clark still protecting that puck. Turned it over to Tyler Bardos. Bardos through the right wing. From an angle, that stop made by Gallagher, who freezes that puck. Wholesale changes for both teams before this face-off to Gallagher's left. Both teams battling for this puck in the corner. Vactor has it for Mars, but turns it over to Ladon. Ladon missing to the far post as it's deflected out of play. Gallagher with an .881 save percentage against the Mustangs in the regular season series. Seeking atonement after that tough loss in New Kensington a few months back, and more importantly, looking to send his team back to the RMU Island Sports Center for next Wednesday's semifinal round in Class A. Again, either the Big Macs or the Golden Tornado will play the winner of this game. That puck from an angle played off the body of Gallagher. Connor Riley that close to getting the Mustangs on the board, and that one traces the crease off of Gallagher's stick. Back to center, Ladon sends it back into Mars territory. Icing on the Mustangs midway through this period and quarterfinal game. Planets on top by 3. Grant Weaver on for this face-off against Leah. Controlled by the Weaver brothers. Weaver, Jack that is, near side, battling with Colby Bardos on the half wall. Pitkins in the thick of this one for Mars as well. Leah comes away with the puck for the Mustangs. Leah knocked to his seat by Gatto. Gatto, the stay-at-home defenseman and Pittsburgh Icemen product out here for Cody Black, with time ticking away in the second period. This one deflected wide of goal by Colby Bardos. Daw with a hit on Leah, who stays with the play. Pitkins trying to collect this one, and he clears the zone for Mars. This will be icing on the Planets with 7.5 till the ice cut. Plum tilting the ice a bit more in their favor in the second period, but still trying to find answers for this stubborn Planets defense and for Carter Gallagher, for that matter. It's to the left point for Massarelli. Mars forced to go to work deep in their own zone again. Tersch emerging with the puck, and it comes just beyond the away bench. Mustangs are offside. The Planets trying to get one for the thumb, if you will, as they enter these 2026 Penguins Cup playoffs. Their last championship just over a decade ago. And that 100-footer is smothered by Gallagher, courtesy of Massarelli. Massarelli dumping it in again, wide of the Mars goal this time. Crowley around the perimeter, and we have a stoppage in play with 6:38 remaining. A delayed offside evidently on the visitors. They'll drop it outside the Mars line, and the Planets control it. Almost given up to Popchock, but Mars recovers behind its own goal. Basola Stretching it out for Vactor. Vactor couldn't get around Amon. Vactor for Lestigian in the corner. Lestigian draws a double team and sends it to the vacant left wing where Keller plays it first before he's hit from behind by Vactor. Lestigian in front, backhanded through the crease, knocked away by Gribben. The rebound steered towards center by Keller, but not out. Tersch toward goal. That shot from the side of the net by Basola is stopped by Brody Gribben. Basola at the side of the net. Vactor denied by Gribben. One of the better shifts of this second period for the Planets. Basola near side. It's played high off the glass. Varengia giving chase. He'll get there before the Planets do. Varengia from the corner in front for Riley. Couldn't handle that pass. Tersch pinned against the glass. It squirts free to Varengia. Gallagher able to get a piece of his stick on that and knock it out of harm's way. That shot from the circle interrupted by Jack Weaver, and we have either a high stick on the puck or a penalty forthcoming. It's a holding call, and Plum will go on the penny power play for the first time in this game. Tersch will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Plum trying to get back into it here late in period 2. 85 power plays drawn this year by the Mustangs, the most by a Class A team. 22.6% on the man advantage. Middle of the group in Class A. Bardos toward goal. Gallagher the save. Gallagher down and out, but the puck is in the corner. Jack Weaver sends it the length of the ice. Almost the length anyway, as Gribben knocks it aside to his captain, Max Keller. Keller knocked from behind by Grant Weaver, who has 2 of the 3 Mars goals in this game. Leah through center, double teamed by the Weavers, and it's Jack who's hit by Keller. And Jack retaliates. Keller not getting up now to his knees. And Keller trying to indicate to the on-duty EMT that he took a stick to the facial cage and maybe right to the mouth as he goes off for further attention. And the Planets are going to be shorthanded by 2 men. A 5-on-3 penny power play for the Mustangs. Down by 3, but still a lot of time left in this game. Special teams, oftentimes the great equalizer. Mars 83.8% on the PK during the regular season, 6th in Class A. Again, the least penalized team in the classification coming in, but finding themselves in a spot of trouble at the moment. Ladon, his shot blocked by Grant Weaver, and a hard shoulder check on one of the Mustangs. 2-man advantage for another minute for Plum. Clark around the boards, kept in by Ladon. Ladon across. Massarelli shooting off a body. It deflects to Leah. Tyler Bardos behind the goal. Gallagher watching him carefully. Leah from the corner, looking for a passing lane. Finds Massarelli. Massarelli couldn't handle it. And a chance the other way for Grant Weaver. Weaver shorthanded, coming toward goal. Score! Holy shirts and pants! A 3-on-5 shorthanded hat trick goal for the All-Star Grant Weaver, with a possible backbreaker to make it 4-0 Mars, as the Planets are still shorthanded by 2 for another 30 seconds. And you can break out the chapeaus for the alternate captain in playoff game number 1 for Mars in 2026. He had 2 shorties during the regular season, and the third one looms quite large. A golden opportunity for the Mustangs to turn this game on its ear. Grant Weaver rewriting the script. Gallagher, the glove save, the rebound still available. Mars trying to shield the puck from the official's sight as Lestigian gets involved after the whistle with one of the Mustangs. The first of the 2 Mars penalties has 3 seconds left on it, the call against Tersch. Then it'll be a conventional penny power play for the Mustangs for another 44 seconds. That shot held by Gallagher, or is it? It's available and buried! Alex Ladon nuzzles that nylon with 37 seconds left on the 5-on-4. The Mustangs are on the board. Do you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Special teams action at both ends, late in period 2 here in Warrendale. Final 3 minutes before the ice cut. Mars 4, Plum 1. Massarelli from behind his own net to Keller, who's knocked off the puck. Grant Weaver going to work in front, intended for Pitkins. Those two unable to hook up. Keller flying up the right wing over the attacking line for the Mustangs. Steered aside to the corner by Gatto defensively. McMahon pinching beyond the reach of Colby Bardos. Keller knocked down. Mustang fans want a penalty. None forthcoming at the moment. Jack Weaver towards center. So Mars able to mitigate the damage done, scoring a rare 3-on-5 shorty, and Jack Weaver just missing the net there as the teams are back to full strength. Keller run over as the net behind Gribben, is dislodged. How do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv. And remember to download the new, always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Well, if Mars fans wanted a make-up call, it appears they've gotten one. One of the Mustangs, after the fact, sent off with 2:04 till the ice cut. Mars to work on the penny power play for the second time in this game. Alex Amon, a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, a misconduct penalty. So it will not be a penny power play to the Planets. We stand corrected as Gallagher kicks aside that shot by Colby Bardos. Another point-blank stop made, this time on Leah by Carter Gallagher, the senior tendy. The terrestrial clock strikes 10 here in Warrendale. Plum looking to strike late in this second period as that's broken up by Lestigian and sent up to center for Xavier Basola. Basola, one of the 4 goals by Mars this evening. The others collected by Grant Weaver. Leah wide of the net. Leah cuts it off at the far boards. To the point for Matt Amon. We can only assume that Alex hurled some salty language in the general direction of this USA hockey crew because we did not see exactly what constituted the misconduct penalty. And now we have an elbowing call coming up with 36 ticks to talk. And it's going to go on the Mustangs. Tyler Bardos to the sin bin. Mars is going to get that second penny power play after all. Cody Black animated on the Mars bench, instructing his special teams players. He'll have Listigian out here to begin the man advantage, flanked by Pitkins and Cooper Stevens. A last-minute arrival, make that 2 for the Mustangs. McMahon taking the face-off on the penalty kill for Plum. This will carry over to period 2, barring late developments, or to period 3, I should say. Cooper Stevens above the right circle. Sneaking it to Listigian, across for Clark. Clark to the vacant corner. Keller gets there first. Pitkins without a stick. Stevens going to work, but Keller clears the zone, and that should just about do it for period 2. Clark hustling back. Varengia pressing shorthanded. Clark protecting that puck up the far boards. That's it, and that's all. And so we will cut the ice at the Galaxy rink after a frenetic end of this second period, which sees the Mars Planets leading the Plum Mustangs 4-1 in Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinal action. I'm Matt Popchock. You're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
It'll be a 2-referee, 2-linesperson system for tonight's quarterfinal contest as Weaver goes upstairs and beats Brody Gribben to the corner. Grant Weaver makes it a 1-0 game for the Planets, and he could slam a revolving door right now. Losing it at center to Listigian. Listigian with room to maneuver. Listigian toward goal, saved by Gribben, closing the 5-hole. Weaver over the attacking line toward goal, held by Gribben. It's loose and sat on by the sophomore as one of the Planets, that's Jack. Vactor out in front, side of the net. Listigian couldn't elevate it. Listigian from the off wing, unable to score on the second opportunity. Couldn't elevate it. Listigian from the off wing, unable to score on the second opportunity. Gatto behind the net for Vactor. Vactor in front, score! Knock, knock, who's there? The X-Man at the back door. And the Mustangs are offside. How do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now, Toe Draggett lost the puck in the process. Jack for Grant. Grant shooting. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Grant Weaver goes bar down on Gribben to make it a 3-0 game with under 2 minutes left in the first period. Daw to center. With it is Joey Santa. Santa off the mask of Gribben, senior starter. Chance now for Plum. Leah off the mask of Gallagher, and the rebound is cleared tonight with their win over Moon. The Lopes will stay on the island for another week as Carter Gallagher makes a nifty glove save at the opposite end. Vactor To center for Basola. Basola gets separation. Basola to the goal, and a big save by Gribben. Finals for a third time. But under the present playoff structure, they get the Mustangs, who drive the net. And I'll take that, thank you very much, says Gallagher. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 8:30 to see the Raiders' next-door neighbors face each other. Meanwhile, Gallagher denies A.J. Leah on the partial breakaway. Lestigian stabs it to center. Basola getting involved with Ladon. To the wrong side of Basola. Mustangs pressing shorthanded. Tyler Bardos from the circle. Gallagher making that save, and that almost deflected in behind the Mars netminders. Gallagher fakes him out and goes up to Jack Weaver. Grant Weaver with it now. Ahead for Stevens. Cooper Stevens to the goal. Backhanding it wide. And it through the crease. Knocked away by Gribben. The rebound steered towards center by Keller, but not out. Tersch toward goal. That shot from the side of the net by Basola is stopped. 22.6% on the man advantage. Middle of the group in Class A. Bardos toward goal. Gallagher the save. Gallagher down and out. Leah through center. Double teamed by the Weavers. And it's Jack who's hit by Keller. And Jack retaliates. Keller for a passing lane. Finds Massarelli. Massarelli couldn't handle it. And a chance the other way for Grant Weaver. Weaver shorthanded coming toward goal. Score! Holy shirts and pants! A 3-on-5 shorthanded hat trick goal for the All-Star Grant Weaver. That shot held by Gallagher, or is it? It's available and buried. Alex Ladon nuzzles that nylon with 37 seconds left on the 5-on-4. The must.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Get in on the secret. Get into a colder beer.
Hey, it's Aaron Miller, the Pittsburgh mortgage guy, letting you know mortgage rates have dropped, and it might be time to refinance or cash out your equity. I'll run your cost-benefit options to see if it makes sense. Call me, your trusted mortgage advisor.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays. Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get in on the secret, get into a colder beer.
Hey, it's Aaron Miller, the Pittsburgh mortgage guy, letting you know mortgage rates have dropped, and it might be time to refinance or cash out your equity. I'll run your cost-benefit options to see if it makes sense. Call me, your trusted mortgage advisor.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, check out the late night happy hour, Fridays and Saturdays 11 to 1 all month, for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Presented by Craft House Stage and Grill, it's coverage of the 2026 Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinals here from the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale on TenbandTV. Matt Popchock back and looking out over the freshly cut ice of the Galaxy rink, where the Mars Planets in white lead the Plum Mustangs in purple 4-1. Xavier Basola up the right side. Ethan Vactor to the corner. Played out in front. It bounces wide of Brody Gribben, the Plum goaltender. Planets with 50 seconds of penny power play time with which to work. A penalty on Tyler Bartos that carried over from period 2, as that desperation move by Leah, shorthanded, is thwarted by Gallagher. Quick out for hat-trick hero Grant Weaver. Just when you think you've seen it all, you see a 3-on-5 shorthanded goal in a Penguins Cup playoff game. A colossal blow landed by Mars. Alex Ladon answering for Plum on their penny power play 37 seconds later, but Plum, despite out shooting the Planets 13-10 in period 2, still trailing by 3 in the final period of regulation. Plum 2 for 2 on the PK as Stevens goes across the ice for Clark. Stretch pass beyond the purview of Stevens. It'll be icing on Mars. Other playoff action in Division II, Neshannock taking care of business against Trinity 8-3. In Class 2A, Cathedral Prep made Hempfield work for it, but the Spartans, the regular season champions, win 4-2. Penn Trafford defeating Shaler 6-3 in other AA action as Carter Gallagher makes that save. Of course, the other Class A game taking place tonight in Neville Township, where defending champion Avonworth won handily 9-4 over Moon. Mars, should it hold serve here with 15 minutes to go, will play either Cannon McMillan, the Blue Division champion, or Butler, one of the more improved teams in all of Class A, as Gallagher covers that puck. And a tussle after the whistle deep in Mars territory. Six different champions in PIHL Class A each of the last 6 years, 5 of them, including Avonworth, the reigning champion, which beat Mars in last year's final, a first-timer. A lot of unpredictability in recent seasons in the Class A playoffs. The Planets, however, trying to remove any doubt about this one as they work with the puck in their own zone. Mars with 15 regular season wins in regulation, plus a pair in overtime. They finished the regular campaign with 51 points in all. Weaver down the middle. That shot by Jack Weaver denied. In tight by Brody Gribben, excuse me. Pitkins knocked off the puck by Pushik. He and Pitkins had their sticks tied up. A bit of an awkward moment there as Clark is chased in his own end by Riley. Pitkins has broken free, and he has this puck along the near boards. Directed out in front for Jack Weaver, and a save made there by Gribben. Mars only one regulation loss during the regular season. The other division champion, Cannon McMillan, also only one loss in regulation during the regular campaign. The Planets sharing this building with the Seneca Valley Raiders, who won their AAA quarterfinal game over Upper St. Clair earlier tonight, a game that you saw on TenbandTV. The Raiders, the only team in PIHL this season not to lose in regulation. Tomorrow night, we'll see the only team to defeat the Raiders during the regular campaign, the North Allegheny Tigers, as Gallagher fights off a couple of attempts by A.J. Leah. Mars fans expressing their approval. Basola, meanwhile, trying to exit the zone. Varengia playing it inside Mars territory. Ladon through the circle for the Mustangs. He's taken off the puck by Lestigian and company. Frengel chips it inside the Mars line. Sent across 2 lines now for Ladon. Ladon off the mask of Gallagher. And the Planets have the rebound. Vactor had it glance off his skate and all the way into the corner. Shots almost even after Mars nearly went the entire first period without yielding one to the Mustangs. But the Planets still lead by 3. Grant Weaver, a hat trick, 3 unassisted goals, including a rare 3-on-5 marker in the second period. Alex Ladon stopping the bleeding on the man advantage for the Mustangs. On a goal that was set up by Will Amon. De Silva flips it over top the goal. It stays in off the glass. Ladon going to work behind his own net. Up to center for Riley. Gallagher knocks it to the corner. Colby Bardos worked over. Alex Amon still in the Plum penalty box, serving the remainder of his 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Anthony Smith up for Bardos. Colby will leave it for Max Keller. That pass beyond the reach of Popchock. De Silva, able to play it outside the zone. It went off one of the linesmen and into the Planets bench with 10:43 left in the third. North Allegheny, the 5 seed in Class 3A, hosting 4 seed Pine Richland at 8:30 here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex tomorrow night. The Route 19 rivalry renewed. They met a couple years ago in the Penguins Cup final. They'll meet this year in the quarterfinals. And we'll have that for you tomorrow night here on TenbandTV. Weaver had his shot interrupted, going for goal number 4 on his night. Ladon from 45 feet into the stomach of Carter Gallagher. Planets control the own zone face-off. Pitkins trying to work it to center. He'll take matters into his own hands. Pitkins to the corner. Will Amon on that puck defensively for Plum. Forced outside the line to Maloney. Under 10 to go in regulation. Mars 4, Plum 1. The Planets trying to return to the Penguins Cup semifinals next week at the RMU Island Sports Center. Next Wednesday, a 7 o'clock game and a 9 o'clock game in the Class A bracket. Listigian to the boards. From distance, it's Crowley. That shot was blocked quickly by Bardos. Tersch, under extreme duress from Leah, maintains control of this puck. Interrupted at center by Colby Bardos. Crowley from along the extended goal line for Tersch. Up to Vactor. Vactor set up Xavier Basola's first period goal. Santa colliding with one of the Mustangs. That's the bigger Joey Massarelli. Bardos for Leah. That save is made by Gallagher. It's loose at his feet. Gallagher trying to cover it. He still can't. Leah resetting for Smith. Smith's shot deflected wide. Keller looking for it behind the Mars goal. Vactor from the corner, trying to ice this puck, and it went right off Tyler Bardos. Oh, that's going to sting. Bardos toughing it out and getting this puck over to Smith. Popchock just on. Kick saved by Gallagher. Correction, it's Ladon, the man who just hopped on for the Mustangs. Cody Black calling for a line change as Plum is guilty of icing midway through the third period. Center around the boards and up to center for Varengia. Ladon quickly into the attacking zone, and he misses upstairs. And Ladon with hair on fire urgency going after that loose puck, but the Planets have it. Plum with 14 wins during the regular campaign. They collected number 15 with last week's first round decision over Blackhawk. Mars finishing the regular season with 51 points atop the gold division. Plum with 39 to claim the number 5 seed. And this icing call brings the face-off to Carter Gallagher's left. Mustangs now with a slight shots on goal advantage, but still trailing where it matters. Intended in front for Harchick. Mars comes up to center. Pitkins to Jack Weaver across to Pitkins. Pitkins shooting. And that save is made by Gribben. We told you we'll have NA versus Pine Richland tomorrow night. Elsewhere in Class 3A, Thomas Jefferson finally beat Pittsburgh Central Catholic this year and did so when it mattered most. They win 3-1 at the Ice Castle tonight in 3A quarterfinal action. The Jaguars winning a playoff game for the first time since moving up to Class 3A from Class 2A for the first time in program history. Weaver from atop the circle. That was blocked, and that hurt Max Keller a bit. But he'll stay on here as Weaver has it on the backhand from an angle. He sends it through the blue paint. Pitkins to the corner. Ladon behind the net. And to the point for Massarelli, who sends it behind the Planet's goal. Vactor across two lines for Basola. Basola skating wide and shooting hard off the blocker of Brody Gribben. Chasing this puck is Tyler Bardos. It's forced to the corner by Tersch. Tersch ducking around a check, and Basola gets it up to center red. Listigian runs into Massarelli. Listigian dispossessed at the blue line. Tyler Bardos has the loose puck. Bardos up the left wing. Bardos knocked off balance by Tersch, and Crowley reels it in for Mars. Smith from the edge of the center circle. Tersch reversing the play, but turned it over to Leah. Massarelli and the Mustangs have to regroup at center. Leah re-enters the zone. Hip check by Vactor. Off the glass vis-a-vis Listigian. Anthony Smith retreating with under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Planets still holding on to that 3-goal lead. Will Amon around the boards. Varengia from an angle. Aiming the rebound to Keller. Keller from the corner, out in front to Weaver. Weaver slips it to Pitkins. Pitkins, one-on-one with Will Amon. Has Jack Weaver going to the net. And that's sent wide of the crease. Offside on the Mustangs in this comparatively ho-hum third period. Still a 3-goal lead for the hosts. Again, a penalty-filled second period saw the teams exchange goals on special teams. Weaver with the unique 3-on-5 shorty to complete his playoff hat trick, followed by Alex Ladon's power play tally. Mars breaking it open early with 3 first period goals. And we talk about Mars being a strong team and a balanced one offensively. 100 goals on the nose in the regular season. Plum entering round 2 with 99 as a team. But the difference has been Gallagher and that stifling team defense. Cody Black trying to coach his team up to another hard-earned playoff victory here on home ice. Leah knocked off balance as he shot that puck. Good save by Gallagher. Daw able to clear the zone. Massarelli retrieves it. Both teams in the middle of line changes. Leah inside the line through a crowd. That's kicked aside by Gallagher. Bardos run into by Clark. Some 8-on-8 action behind the Mars goal there as it's fired wide by Keller. Vactor watches it go inside the Plum line. Tyler Bardos up for Max Keller. Settled down by Gallagher at the far post. Clark bounces it off the near boards, and it'll be icing on the Planets with under 2.5 remaining. Again, Mars, barring something drastic here, late in period 3, would face either Cannon McMillan or Butler in the Penguins Cup semifinals. What a season for the Big Macs. Moving down to Class 1A, but it's served their program well. Just one loss all season by the Macs and holding off Quaker Valley, one of the favorites in Class A this season, by a single point for that Blue Division title. Mars, for their part, had to win a goalie duel late in the season with Chartiers Valley to sew up the Gold Division. There's still a lot of ifs at play in Class A. A much smaller gap between the haves and the have-nots in this playoff field than in the earlier years of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. The Mustangs in fine form coming in, winners of 5 straight, 14 of 15 overall. Both streaks in grave danger. That one's deflected wide from the point, and we'll keep an eye on the net down to our right with Time, the enemy of the Mustangs. Plum trying to work the backdoor play, but to no avail. Ladon from distance, it's blocked at center. Santa on his horse, he collides with Ladon and lost his stick. That's going to be a penalty. Vactor retrieves the blade for Joey Santa. And good hustle there by the underclassmen to draw the penalty. Correction, the Mars senior drawing the penalty with just under 2 minutes to go in this one. It'll be LaDawn getting the gate. Mars 0 for 2 on the penny power play tonight, but given their play 5-on-5, it hasn't really mattered. Basola goes after it behind the Plum net. Tripping the official word on the PIHL All-Star and Plum Jr. Tersch from center point. Planets, obviously not a ton of offensive urgency here, just trying to play perimeter patty cake as Weaver ducks around a check. Grant Weaver, that is, behind the net for Vactor. Mars just trying to wind clock here and sold away a playoff victory over their division rivals. Tersch to nobody in particular. Stretch pass intended for Colby Bardos. And Gallagher's not taking any chances. So Mars will advance to the semifinal round with 18 wins and 3 losses in all. Plum will see a very commendable season for the Mustangs end with an overall mark of 15 wins, 7 losses. When high school hockey expanded to a 3rd classification in the 88-89 season, the Mustangs won the first ever Class A Penguins Cup awarded, but they'll have to wait to win another. The Planets continue to wind the clock here in their own zone. It's under half a minute now as Basola just sends it back to Jack Weaver. A 27-save victory by Carter Gallagher is about to become what the kids would call Facebook official. As someone just took a run at Vactor there, it was Tyler Bardos. Nothing further will come of it, however, as Carter Gallagher goes to the glass to celebrate with Planets fans who can dust off the hula skirts because Mars has a party on the island next Wednesday night. Final score in the Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinals here from Warrendale. Mars 4, Plum Mustangs 1. 27 saves for Gallagher in the victory. Win number 13 individually on his senior season. Gribbin, the sophomore for Plum. A very young team with only 2 seniors of their own. DeMars is 12. 22 saves in defeat. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski, back at World Headquarters. And thank you for watching and listening. Again, we will see you at 8:30 right back here tomorrow night for more Class 3A quarterfinal action between 4th-seeded Pine Richland and 5th-seeded rival North Allegheny. Until then, I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote from the North Hills. The Planets, in their own solar system tonight, they defeat the Mustangs 4-1 in the quarters. We'll see you more. We'll see you for more tomorrow night on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
It'll be a 2-referee, 2-lines person system for tonight's quarterfinal contest as Weaver goes upstairs and beats Brody Gribben to the corner. Grant Weaver makes it a 1-0 game for the Planets, and he could slam a revolving door right now. Losing it at center to Listigian. Listigian with room to maneuver. Listigian toward goal. Saved by Gribben. Closing the 5-hole. Weaver over the attacking line toward goal. Held by Gribben. It's loose and sat on by the sophomore as one of the Planets. That's Jack Weaver. Vactor out in front, side of the net. Listigian couldn't elevate it. Listigian from the off wing. Unable to score on the second opportunity. Couldn't elevate it. Listigian from the off wing. Unable to score on the second opportunity. Gatto behind the net for Vactor. Vactor in front. Score! Knock, knock. Who's there? The X-Man at the back door. And the Mustangs are offside. How do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now, toe drag it. Lost the puck in the process. Jack for Grant. Grant shooting. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Grant Weaver goes bar down on Gribben to make it a 3-0 game with under 2 minutes left in the first period. Daw to center. With it is Joey Santa. Santa off the mask of Gribben, new senior starter. Chance now for Plum. Leah off the mask of Gallagher, and the rebound is cleared tonight with their win over Moon. The Lopes will stay on the island for another week as Carter Gallagher makes a nifty glove save at the opposite end. Vactor to center for Basola. Basola gets separation. Basola to the goal, and a big save by Gribben. Finals for a third time, but under the present playoff structure, they get the Mustangs who drive the net, and I'll take that, thank you very much, says Gallagher. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 8:30 to see the Raiders' next-door neighbors face each other. Meanwhile, Gallagher denies A.J. Leah on the partial breakaway. Listigian stabs it to center. Basola getting involved with Ladon to the wrong side of Basola. Mustangs pressing shorthanded. Tyler Bardos from the circle. Gallagher making that save, and that almost deflected in behind the Mars netminders. Gallagher fakes him out and goes up to Jack Weaver. Grant Weaver with it now. Ahead for Stevens. Cooper Stevens to the goal, backhanding it wide. And through the crease, knocked away by Gribben. The rebound steered towards center by Keller, but not out. Tersch toward goal. That shot from the side of the net by Basola is stopped. 22.6% on the man advantage. Middle of the group in Class A. Bardos toward goal. Gallagher the save. Gallagher down and out. Leah through center. Double teamed by the Weavers, and it's Jack who's hit by Keller. And Jack retaliates. Keller for a passing lane. Finds Massarelli. Massarelli couldn't handle it. And a chance the other way for Grant Weaver. Weaver shorthanded coming toward goal. Score! Holy shirts and pants! A 3-on-5 shorthanded hat trick goal for the All-Star Grant Weaver. That shot held by Gallagher, or is it? It's available and buried. Alex Ladon nuzzles that nylon with 37 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Weaver down the middle. That shot by Jack Weaver denied. In tight by Brant Gribben. Intended in front for Harchick. Mars comes up to center. Pitkins to Jack Weaver across to Pitkins. Pitkins shooting. And that save is made by Gribben. Avail. Ladon from distance. It's blocked at center. Santa on his horse. He collides with Ladon and lost his stick. That's going to be a penalty. Night. Final score in the Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinals here from Warrendale. Mars 4, Plum Mustangs 1.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.